Well, I did several things. I worked for the telephone company when I was first married as service representative. And then after I had children, I didn't work for a while. And then I had a handicapped child, and I wanted to get him into some kind of a school. And so I was able to get him into a school that I taught the kindergarten. It was a private school. It was a private nursery school is really what they called it. Not like the new ones that are today. This was in a home. And I taught kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
So.
I was a bank teller. I worked for Mellon before downtown, and then I came to the branch
Okay.
and worked as a teller. Yes, I was in Brentwood, Whitehall, and it was just like a neighborhood bank, you know.
Right.
Mine was, I worked for the bank. A bank. One bank had different names.
Oh, wow.
Well, it kept getting bought up.
Oh, okay.
Started out with WPNB and then Equibank and Integra.
Integra, National City.
John was an all-star baseball player in the Air Force, and he was there for 5 years. And he played for the Sabres. He was on second base, and we're very proud of him for that. And he served his country, the Air Force. Okay.
Oh, my career? Oh. Let's see. Graduated from college, went to the Navy for a couple of years, stayed in the reserve, Navy Reserves, retired after 31 years. I worked for the Department of Energy over in South Park for 31 years.
One side.
And then I was a chemist and a technical manager. And then after I retired, I worked for a consulting company for 5 years.
I don't know, I was a cheerleader and involved in a lot of things in the choir. It was just a pleasant.
During my marriage, I had a 50-year marriage.
Well, probably the first few years of marriage because we had no children and we were able to do things. But I had a pretty nice marriage. I mean, we didn't go a lot. It wasn't a sense of going a lot or traveling. My husband was not a traveler. He was a fisherman. So our vacations were fishing. But I had, on the whole, I had a good nice marriage.
I was working in a little hometown drugstore that had a soda fountain in it. They don't call them that anymore, do they? And he
Hello. Miss Barb, you ready to head that way?
in a couple minutes, Elijah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I met him there.
Oh, that's nice.
We were married 50 years in June, July, August, September, October, in 4 months.
Well, he was discharged, and his friend and my friend, which he didn't know and I didn't know, were getting married. So I was going with a doctor. I was going to marry a doctor, and I seen him, and he seen me at the wedding. He walked, well, this ring here. He seen this ring on this finger, and he walked over and asked me for a dance. That was the end.
We met at a dance at the student union at IUP.
And when was this?
That was about 1966, 7?
Yeah, 7. And when I first met him, I was at this dance with my friend, and she said to me, "Bonnie, you're gonna marry him?" And I said, "No."
Yeah, in my senior year, I was in love with this fellow who was, but he belonged to a different religion. And I never, what I should have done was ask him to take me to one of his services to find out what it was like. So we never did get really together. And when he graduated, he was a half a semester ahead of me. And when he graduated, that was the end of it.
At that time, the students were they couldn't get jobs. It was hard for them to get jobs, and some can't afford to go to, college. So what John did, he said, hey, honey, these kids, they went to college, but yet they can't get jobs. How about me putting bread and butter on their table? And right then and there, I said, okay, retire. So that's why he retired, to help the younger students.
Hey, they're getting tired.
Okay.
Oh, it's a very nice story.
Look at him.
She's telling your story.
I'll tell you right off.
It was pleasant. That doesn't sound like a great word, but I'll say pleasant.
Satisfying.
Say it was wonderful.
Fun.
Happiness, togetherness.
Successful.
Happy.
Be nice to people, and in turn, people will 9 times out of 10 be nice to you. If you have a bad attitude, well, forget it.